Good morning. It is the 28th of June 2018. A very good day to have a good day. In studio today, we've got so much lined up for you. This is New Day. I am Nancy Nalima. And first, let's check the headlines. On the Standard, Ruto allies under fire over attacks. And on the Daily Nation, ship vanishes over cargo safety tests. And we are back today here in studio. We have political analyst John Waiganjo, Beverly Vugudza, who is an activist, and Kevin to help us dissect this issue of MPs who are now lobbying for yet another pay rise. So guys, they are at it again. You ask who are the MPs. Yeah. So they're lobbying for a pay rise. So Kevin, if you can just tell us, again, they're here asking for a pay rise. What are your thoughts?
I believe that this is something that has been, we have been expecting it from the side of the parliamentarians, and not to say that in a bad way or in a good way, but this has been like their habit. Every time a new parliament comes in, you remember the 9th parliament, then the 10th parliament came in, and then the 11th parliament. But between the 10th and now this 11th parliament, they were faced by some challenges, because there was now the SRC commission that was now curtailing their appetite to increase their salaries. So I think it's not new, but what raises now the eyebrows is the fact that we have a very, very huge budget that we need to finance as a country. KRA is yet to even finance half of it, because they're saying they want to collect revenues up to 1.8 trillion, and that is close to half of the 3 trillion shilling budget. So I feel that they should let loose this whatever they're trying to do and wait for the country's economy to grow. Okay,
and if you'll agree with me, Beverly, the MPs have said that they benchmarked at Ireland and also UK, and legislators there they earn more and they work better. And they say they want bigger cars because of the bad terrain. Our roads are bad, so they need better cars. Does that make sense?
First of all, what I can say is that they should first think. They cannot compare Kenya to the other countries that have already developed. Kenya is only a country that is developing, and they should think about that as a priority number one. When they're asking for pay raise, when you look at what they're demanding, it's not something that will help the common mwananchi who elected them to be in that office. So they should first put their priorities first, right? And then think of how they can work towards, even when they're saying they want big cars because of the terrain, have they worked on them? Most of them, right? Yes. Most of them have been in office. They've even been re-elected again, but nothing has been done about the terrain they're talking about. So they should first put their priorities right first, work on that, and then when they work on that, then the way they say that what you've done, through what you've done, people will want you back because you're bringing in maendeleo. So let them put their priorities right.
Okay, and I come from Kajiado County, and in the first part of, after the elections of 2013, our governor basically did nothing, but towards the end, roads kind of started being marramed. So that is how they work.
Yeah, in Swahili we can say kufumba watu macho, because you know that we are heading towards another period of election, and you want to be brought back to
office.
Yes. So you try to so that people can see like you're working, so that they'll bring you back in office. But the problem now is with us wananchi. when we see very well that this person has not worked, this time that this person has been in office and nothing has been done, then there's that we call kitu kidogo. We get confused with that. And then it's us, the common wananchi, that we go through the same problems. But when we say that they are corrupt and what, it starts with us as the common wananchi. Let us work on ourselves, and then when we want them to work, they will see that we do not tolerate their nonsense, and then they will do their part for us, we do our part. Yeah.
Okay, and I understand we have a video of the MPs lobbying for a pay rise. So if you can just have that.
Service has been at an all-time low.
The push for higher pay and new allowances is contained in a new proposal by the Services and Facilities Committee, and only the SRC stands in their way.
That we are able as a public service.
The committee has asked Parliamentary Service Commission.
Okay, and we are back. MPs lobbying for a pay rise. And John, if you agree with me and also the Speaker of the National Assembly, Muturi, he said that some MPs, they just sit in Parliament, they wait for that sitting allowance, they move no motions, and they're here asking for a pay rise. What do you have to say about that?
You said they sit in Parliament. Actually, some never even go to Parliament.
They don't even get there.
They even never go to Parliament. So as I always say, a normal Kenyan mwananchi, I don't want to say this, but he has the power to, you know, MPs, we bring the same members of Parliament back to Parliament because I think the normal mwananchi has the power to say, next elections we don't want you, because every time when you come back, you actually do nothing. You now they're asking for more pay rise, and we don't see anything they're doing. They only tarmac roads only when it's time to be elected back to power once more again. So I think the government should not allow them to have.
And you know, that reminds me, during campaigns, they come to us and ask for votes. You know, there's some songs you even crammed because zinapita gari every day. You hear these songs. But so does it come down to us, the common wananchi? When we vote, sometimes we say, out with the old, we're bringing in new young leaders. But when it comes to it, we vote for a party, and then these same people get into office and they ask for a pay rise. So what should we do as the people with the voice? We are the voters.
It's not basically just about saying we vote along party lines. In Kenya, we don't, right? In Kenya, we vote along tribal lines. And that is something that is disgraceful, truly, truly, truly disgraceful. We don't vote for ideologies, we don't vote for parties, because if you wanted to compare the Kenyan system and the even South African system or the US system or the UK system, they vote for the party, they vote for the ideology. If you cannot find someone voting for, let's say, a Republican, you're a Republican, but if you feel that, oh, this Democrat is having the best of the policies or the options on the table, they don't vote on that. They vote on what this person brings. But in Kenya, we have this this tendency where we shift back to our tribal cocoons. Each and every political year, it has started and it will be there. And unless the citizenry now changes into now trying to look on what these politicians bring or these leaders bring on the policies, not on saying, oh, mtu wetu, the mtu wetu culture. If it has to end, it's up to the mwananchi. So when we try to get to understand that we have to vote on policies and also on the agenda and the ideology behind the person, then all this will come to a stop.
Okay, maybe if I can just get your last thoughts.
Okay.
Should the SRC accept to give them the pay rise or not? Beverly?
They should not, but they should first check on what they've done so far and look for a way of rewarding them, but not a pay raise at this particular time and at the position that we are in as a country at the moment. Yes.
Kevin?
I don't think they warrant any pay rise at all. Not even with any kind of suggestion. They don't. They just don't.
And John, any last words for them?
Okay, so I think all I'll say is that an MP should stick to his or her salary and not be greedy. And I don't think the SRC should
Should give them a pay rise
Yeah.
at all.
at all.
Okay, we are taking a short break. That has been our political segment. We're going to be back with the mental health and the social media effects on mental wellness. Don't go too far, we will be back. And welcome back. This is Newday and I am Nancy Nelima. On this second segment, we're going to be talking about social media and the effects it has on mental wellness. And in studio joining me are political activists who also double up as youth empowerment people. We have John Waiganjo, Beverly Buguta, and Kevin. So guys, this is an era of social media. You wake up in the morning and you check your WhatsApp. You look at the status, what may post nini. You check your Instagram. Maybe you look at Snapchat just to see what's popping, who's posting what, who's making news.
Yeah.
That's how we live these days. But also the same media is now affecting our mental wellness. People have been bullied and it has even led to suicide.
Yeah.
So how, as young people especially, are we supposed to use social media positively? If I can just start with you, Kevin.
First of all, I believe that social media is a very, very useful tool, personally. It's a tool of communication, it's a tool for communication, and it's also supposed to be used just basically for communication. And so when it all started out a few years ago, with Facebook now breaking out so big and it was disrupting so many things, it was not that much of a concern. But when it started now raking into people's lives and you hear divorce cases, why? Because of Facebook, or because of now this imaginary Facebook friend. You hear people now not having friends anymore because they think they have social friends on this platform. So I think for someone to use social media so usefully, you have now to apply restraint in whatever that you're doing. Because when you think that it, to an extent, it's working for you, it may not at the end of the day, because it will consume you a lot of your time and energy and everything. Because when you wake up, you've just said that you wake up early in the morning, and you wake up early in the morning, you check on Instagram or Twitter or Facebook, and you see this friend that you had maybe in high school, he's maybe traveling around, he's in Dubai or somewhere, so you're like, okay, my life is a wreck. So I need...
You want that life.
Yeah, so you want that life. So you feel that you're not now living your own. You're living now to match these people that
Other
you're...
people's.
Yeah, the other people. Yeah.
Okay, and Beverly, people have committed suicide. So when you post a photo out there and you're bullied, how are you supposed to handle that so that we can prevent it from getting to suicide?
I'll start by acknowledging Ezekiel Mutua for the role that he has played. To some extent, it has really helped. And another thing is we should really know our position in the kingdom of God. That really helps as children of God.
That is another aspect,
yes, it will really, really help. Because number one, if you know who you are, who your creator is, you won't post funny things. That's number one. Number two, even if you're bullied, you will know your position, and you will not, you know, the way comments will come in and start eating you up. It won't, yeah? But you'll find that we're not contented with what we have as young people, and you find that social media is the one now ruling us, inatutawala.
Yeah.
But if it's not for that case, if you have your stand as a youth and know who you are and know what you want in life, you'll be able to help all these things, yeah? Yeah.
And you know, when I look at my Instagram, I have followed a lot of fashion bloggers and, you know, people just with this awesome lifestyle. But at this age is when I'm now getting into the market. I've just started working, and I have the energy, but I don't have the money to live that kind of life. What am I supposed to do?
First of all, I'll say social media just have a wide range of content. So as a young person who has just joined Facebook or Instagram or Twitter,
Snapchat.
okay, so I think you are your own boss. You know what you want. So when others are bullied, I think, let's say on Twitter, I'm so sorry, on Twitter, you have probably posted a comment and probably have, okay, the post you made is like, you know, there's those people, you know, Christians, you know, when you maybe say, you like this and this, did you bless you and something, you know, many people will tend to criticize you because they like say, you're lame, you know, you're not up to par with this generation. They want you to say cool stuff. But
Funky
for you
things.
as a, funky things, but for you as a Christian or as a good person who knows what you want, who doesn't have a evil mindset, you'll have lots of criticism in the media. So I think even if you have these things, I think you should just, you know, just stay strong and, you know, you follow what you want. You don't have to follow other people's opinions. Yeah, so that's what
And you know, there's also, what comes out is that sometimes someone has a very fancy life on social media, but that is what they have chosen. That's what they want you to see. Exactly. So how can young people understand that?
I mean, I don't think it's really, really easy to make a young person understand that, because maybe I love Trevor Noah or Kevin Hart or someone like that, or let's say just any popular media personality out there. So they will they will take a picture when they're now on set like this, and then they will take a picture when they're maybe in some eatery out there, a cool eatery, and or maybe they will Snapchat while they're in their house and everything. So young people will now be looking at only that, right? Because on the other side, what many people don't understand, you know, like this case of this DJ, the Swedish DJ, I think, Avicii.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's a very good case, because he was showcasing how he has this good life and everything,
And the tours.
producing and the tours and everything. But at the end of the day, he committed suicide, right? Because people don't understand that they are humans, that celebrities are humans too, right? That the bigger personalities, the bigger media personalities, the celebrities, each and every person that you're trying to see, they are humans, and at the end of the day, some things take toll in their lives, right? And so when a young person has to understand that this person that you adore so much, he has chosen to show you what you want to see, is really, really hard to now convince them that, okay, this is what he wants you to see, but he doesn't want you to see his other life.
Okay.
Yeah? Yeah.
And also, this reminds me, at least I was lucky enough, growing up, I was never the girl who was bullied. Yeah, I stayed away from that all. But now, the bully who used to maybe beat up people in school is now on social media, you know, behind a computer. And when no one can see you, you can say anything. You call people ugly with all those hashtags. So what is wrong with that bully? Beverly?
One thing I'll say, I also want to thank the public, the way they've come out, like, you know, the way something wrong can happen and then they just create a hashtag this and this, and by the end of the day, it reaches to the government or to the authorities that is concerned over that. Yeah, so the audience has also played its role very well, of which we also have to support that one. But the bullying kind of thing, there was, the government has come in, yeah? Yeah, which is also a kind of, it will really help to reduce such cases, yeah.
But let me say something.
Sure.
You see the problem with young people. Every young person who joins the social media, everyone wants to be famous. Everyone wants followers.
To be popular.
To be popular.
How many followers do you have, by the way?
Okay, average. but okay, so you see, when a young person wants to be famous, you have to go to extreme ends so that to have followers, because nobody wants to follow people who are just dormant. So young people are going to extreme. Like, I saw one picture, like a young person went to a tall building just to take a picture of the view, and you know, you just don't know what might happen. You might fall, anything might just happen. So I think in social media as a person, you know, everyone wants to be a celebrity. I think you should just, you don't have to go to extreme ends to just become popular.
Exactly. So, and also maybe young people could choose to focus on making themselves better, making a brand out of themselves.
I think that should be the focus or the key thing, because on that aspect of bullying, let me call them closet bullies, because you're just on your phone or your PC or something like that. So possibly he does not have a chance or a voice to speak in the open in the public like this. So he chooses to use that, and they're very, very, very corny, if I can use that term, because they know where to strike, when to strike, and how to do it. So for a young person to now try to live off that expectation, because these people, you know, it's not just a bully who will tell you, or you're not good enough, you're not sounding very well, you're not beautiful, you're not great, you're not. It's just, that's just a portion, but there is this other portion where someone now is like persuading you to send nude pictures and all that. There is also that aspect. I can call them also bullies, because at the end of the day, he may now come back and he may demand, let's say, some kind of ransom fee, or I'll splash them, your pictures out there. So I think it's for the young person to apply restraint in how and when and where to use the social media, because at the end of the day, I can say social media is like your electronic mind, because whatever you think, you write on social media, and it can track, right? It can track anything, because
it's out there
it's
for
out
good.
there for good.
You post it up, someone screenshots it.
Yes, it's there, so you cannot delete it, and it follows your history, and it's really, really also hard to let it go, because if you do something today, let's say in 2013, if you wrote something in 2013 on Twitter, when you joined Twitter in 2013, if you search it on Twitter, it will show up today. So it's just there. So it's for the young person to apply restraint, to apply caution in whatever they are trying to do.
Okay, Beverly, what are your last thoughts? Either to the bully or to the social media users?
So the unbullying, to the ones who bully, one thing that I can tell them is that whatever you do, that's what will be done to you. It does not matter how long it will take. It's either they change their ways, and then to the ones who are bullied, still say that just know your position. Self-esteem also is very important. You will not just be moved by what people are saying. You will be strong to some point, yeah?
Stand your ground.
Yeah, not to the extent of committing suicide because of someone, no.
Yeah.
Hey, you're much more better than that.
Okay.
Yeah, so that is it. And to the Ezekiel Mtua and company also, we just want to thank them for the good work that they're doing. Yeah, and to the audience also, we would love to thank them very much.
Okay, and John, if you can just give your last advice,
So
guideline.
I'll just advise the young people to, I just want them to know that you don't have to go to extreme ends to just become popular. And you don't need many followers just to outline your content out there so that people may be able to know whatever you are posting or whatever. You just should stand your ground, do great things. Don't die because of social media.
Okay.
And yeah.
Thank you guys for coming. Thank you for the discussions that we've had on the round table. Okay, and just like that, we have ended the show. And on that note, we'll see you again tomorrow. This is New Day. I am Nancy Nalima. Take care, have a blessed day, and make it count.